I'm the vice president of the parents group board.
Okay.
And me, along with Susan and our secretary, Tina, have been running the board for at least the last year to 2 years together as a group. And we had been doing fundraising for this organization, for the city. Really, we were organizing and fundraising because they can't always buy all of the gymnastics equipment is very expensive, and in order to keep it up to date and safe for our children to use, they needed a little help. So we stepped in as a parents group. It was started about 20 years ago, and since then we have done many fundraisers, raised a lot of money, and purchased equipment that we then gifted to the city of Ojai, so that these gymnasts could stay in a competitive program. These gymnasts work harder than any other program around here, and they are able to compete at regional competitions all the way into Arizona. And they do it in a fraction of the time that they would need to do it at other gyms. They have the support and the encouragement of their coaches, which I think makes the difference. It's like a family. They feel like they want to do well. They want to be, into this program. They want to do it until they graduate and have to leave. And they do. It strikes me as odd that this happened in June, apparently, that they had these meetings about reducing the program, and that nobody heard about it until now. That doesn't speak very well of our government's transparency. And we haven't seen any data to support what they are wanting to do in this program. They state that it's, financial, and that they want to expand programs in the gym, but none of that tracks because we have always accommodated other programs in the gym. The gymnasts spend time every day to take down all of the equipment and put it back up for the next day so that they can accommodate other programs in the gym. So until we see information that states otherwise, it doesn't make sense. My daughter became involved with this program when she was 2. We started in Tiny Tots, and she has moved up through all the classes and is now the only member right now of our gymnastics team. She's a senior in high school. This will be her last year that she is able to compete, and she is devastated right now because she has been told that she will not be able to compete, and not only that, she wouldn't have the amount of gym time that she needs to be competitive in this in the tournaments that she goes to. So she has practically been raised by some of these ladies in here. Stacy and Vicky have been a part of our family for the last 15 years, and they have just part of our hearts with them always. They have loved my child. They have supported her through all kinds of transitions in her life. They've always been here for her. And my other kids have also done gymnastics on and off, and everybody has felt loved by this program. It is devastating to think that she may not be able to participate anymore. She has started coaching. She's a coach here now, actually a city employee. Otherwise, she'd probably be out here speaking as well. And she is heartbroken. This program has not only offered her a place to be herself and explore the ways that she can use her body and do amazing things, but she's met lifelong friends here, and has gained confidence as a coach, and gotten PE credit through Nordoff High School for her classes here. That has been able to allow her to continue competing. So yeah, it's a big blow for us as a family for this to happen.
Our major concern right now is just that they've cut back programs abruptly, and we weren't aware that that was a decision being made. And so we really want to advocate that we're able to come to the table with this and just be supportive to whatever the concern is and why they're thinking of cutting the program. And we just all want to be able to support the program and keep it at the level it's at while also supporting the other sports and things that are trying to also have space. Yeah.
I've been a part of this gym since I was 8 years old. So I grew up here. I started my first time moving to Ojai. I made my first friends here. As I moved up in gymnastics, I realized I wasn't that great. And so I ended up becoming a coach. And I was here every day growing up. It just, the people that work here, they're still here. The coaches are still here. And they just make such a difference for this community. And it really is really hard to see this program, getting diminished like this. So I think it's so important now. I have two daughters that are part of the program. My girls are 6 and 3, and they've both been coming since they were 2. And I just know it's such an important part of this community. And to see it hurt like this is just, it's really hard. Come here, Isla. You want to say hi? This is my daughter, Isla. Say hi.
One afternoon, about a month ago now, Vicky called me and said that we had to come pick up everything that represented the parents group. I interpreted that to mean that we had been evicted. We had to take all of our signs down, anything that represented the parents group. We have t-shirts that we sell for fundraising, sweatshirts, as you'll see in a minute. We recycle leotards, girls that outgrow them, bring them in, and we resell them for $5 so that the girls can always have a leotard. Um, we had to pick everything up and out. He's refused to meet with us. Meanwhile, I've found out now through the grapevine, I guess, that in a closed door meeting of the city council in June, it was voted that for some reason the gymnastics program and a lot of other programs here at the rec center were targeted to be closed. To say that we're going to be Monday and Tuesday has never been a gymnastics day, as you've heard. Okay. So to say we're Monday and Tuesday is utterly absurd, really. We have waiting lists in every age group of at least 45, 50 people. You'll hear from parents. The second it opens up for the next session, it's full. Okay. You've heard from my daughter. She's been coming for 30 years. It's like that for a whole lot of kids in this valley.
And so for someone who has been involved for many years as a parent and now a grandparent and involved with the parents group, what do you think about the process that the city has engaged in the phase out plan?
Well, in the first place, why weren't we invited to the meeting that decided the fate of the gymnastics program? They never asked the public any comments about who participates, how important it is, or what it has to offer. I don't get it. It doesn't make any sense. We've lost so many different programs for the kids here. And to say that you're going to eliminate gymnastics, we used to have a full boys class back in the day. Okay, a full boys class some of the boys did compete. My son, Andy, my other son, did compete with gymnastics and represent the Ojai Valley. I don't get it. I've made an appointment or tried to make an appointment with Ben to speak with him, and we haven't had it. I applied for the Park and Rec Commission.
Oh, okay.
Maybe 3 or 4 months ago. Have never heard back from them. Okay. If you want to make changes, let's make a community and get a nice commission of community members together and really make some great changes.
So my heart goes out for my little girl because she's been invested in this. We've been invested in this. She comes back and helps the little kids as a coach on her own time. To them to just abruptly cut the program, and his excuses were that basketball had to practice outside last winter and that he needs it for other programs that he wants to integrate in. But I don't feel like he really had a reason, because he's like saying those things and he hasn't even had anybody sign up yet. So he's eliminating a program that's working and implementing these new programs that he wants to bring in without even talking to anybody or without even involving anybody in the public. And they do this stuff behind closed doors, and I understand it, and I feel bad, but I feel like we need to fight for these children, because this is something they all have loved doing, have been doing. I mean, those girls right there have been in this since they were little.
And what's it been like watching your kids come up in the program?
Look, it warms my heart when I see them start doing new things, when they do a new backflip or they do and it's just watching them grow and become good friends. These are all friends. They've They don't even go to the same school, some of them, but they're still friends in this community. It's what this Ojai Valley's been about. And this guy steps into place and just wants to, Matt is his name, is abruptly trying to end it. And I don't know how many coaches are going to show up and only work 2 days a week. The girls come back here after they've been through the program and they went on to compete, and they come back and become coaches. Mm-hmm. By going to 2 days a week, who's going to really show up for a paycheck for 2 days a week? Nobody really can. I don't see how anybody can support themselves on that. And even if, I bet most of the girls would even volunteer. So I don't understand why he's cutting a program that's working for programs that doesn't even exist yet. I mean, they haven't bought barely anything. This program's, and actually he did say it makes money. So I don't think it's about the money. But I would like to know why they're ending it. I would like to know a real reason of why he's interfering with a program that's actually working.
And does someone want to talk about when you think about the program being reduced or cut in any way? How does that make you feel?
It makes me feel really sad because it gives me a place to be happy outside of school and home, because I have two sports, horseback riding, gymnastics, and I think it's a good mix. But if we take away this association, I won't be able to do gymnastics properly, and it will be really sad to me. I won't be able to be with all my friends.
It means a lot because it's like all my best friends do it, and it just means really much to me, and the coaches feel like family, and it's just like really, it's just a warm feeling. And I set a goal, like I wanted to be an Olympic gymnast and like compete, but now they're taking it away, and it kind of is like really sad and disappointing.
It means a lot to me, and I have a lot of friends here that I love, and it just feels like home here. Gymnastics means a lot to me because I've been doing it for a really long time, and I just love it.
So I went there when I was a child, but now I have two daughters, 8 and 7, and they've been doing gymnastics since they were 18 months old with the tiny tumbling. So we have technically been doing gymnastics every single week. Now they're 8. We haven't, even during COVID when I was outside, we were here. And now my daughters attend it 3 days a week, sometimes 4, sometimes 5, depending on the drop-in class and the tumbling class. My biggest concern is the cut of the days and the cut of the equipment. I understand that we need to share the gym, and with volleyball or other youth sports, I'm afraid that it's going to be used for adult programs, and I think that I just think that'd be so sad. It's sad that he's just getting rid of our equipment. I don't know what will be left for our kids to practice on, and he's kind of saying that it's too much work to break down, but if you should show up at 7:15 and watch these girls break down all that equipment and put it in the closet, they do it without complaining, and they get it ready for basketball. It's no problem. So, and I'm also worried about all the kids that are on wait list now with classes being offered 3, 4, 5 days a week, what it's going to be when it's at 2 days. There's so many kids in the community that aren't able to attend gymnastics because it gets full. And I'm also concerned about the kid to coach ratio. So are they going to try and put more kids into each class, if it's only offered 2 days a week, and how that will affect less equipment, more kids. It seems like they're just trying to make it dissolve. Jamie loves this program so much. I mean, I have to, on her sick days, she's trying to beg me to come to gymnastics. I don't know what it would mean. I don't want to go to Ventura. It's so different. It's so competitive. The girls are here. It's just such a family. You can be 14 years old. Jamie is the youngest. So she's with 8 all the way up to maybe 14-year-old girls, and they help each other. They encourage each other. And I just have heard different things from Ventura. I think it's too competitive. The positive body image here is so worth it. They all get along. Doesn't matter who you are, what you look like, you fit in. You fit in gymnastics.
I think it was last summer that Amelia had started up gym again. She took maybe a year or 2 off. And she had a coach come up to her and just say, she's really coachable. She's doing a really great job. I can see her growing in the program. And that just lit this fire inside of her that it was so cool as a parent to see my daughter just like go so gung-ho into this program. And she quickly moved up to the rock stars and then the superstars, and she eats, sleeps, and breathes gymnastics. And I owe all of it to Stacy, Sinai, Vicky, the wonderful coaches here, because they've done such a wonderful job creating family and community and encouraging our girls without ever putting them down. And Amelia, we've taken her to go watch UCLA gymnastics compete, and she comes home and that's all she does. And so she's here 3 days a week. They practice from 5 to 7:30, and then she often will do the drop-in tumbling and the drop-in open gym. Um, and I told her at any point, like, you can, cut back if this is too much, and she just loves it so much. And it was really disheartening to receive that email, because for me as a parent, there's such a community that is being built in this program, and the older girls can coach the younger girls, and they can create these mentorships and like figures for them to look up to. And especially now that like the junior highs at Nordoff, they have these connections that are older girls. And so it was just heartbreaking to hear that they were making these decisions without our input, and that our business had donated $1,000 to help buy new mats, because it's my understanding that some of them were worn and the city wouldn't replace them, so the parent group was helping fund new mats. Mm-hmm. And it's my understanding that they're trying to give all of the equipment, the trampoline, the vault, the bars away, and there's been no talk to the parents and the people that enroll their kids. So this program has more value than I ever could have imagined, and I would be devastated.
The thing that I would like to know, like I said, as a grandfather, I coached at Villanova and at Nordoff. I've coached athletics. I've worked with rec leagues, and I know what it takes to get a rec league going. I know what kind of parental support it takes. And I know young people whose lives have been touched by this gymnastic program, and it's altered the course of their lives, giving them the confidence, the ability, the teamwork, all the things necessary to survive and to thrive as an adult. So I'm not against volleyball or basketball. I think that as a community, we've done pretty darn well for the last five or so decades I've been involved. And we need to do that now. And I'm upset because I don't know why the decision was made. I don't know if it was data driven. I don't know if it was personality and politically driven. But I think we, the community, deserve a right to know. I was on Ojai PD back in the day too, when we had our own police department. So I bleed for the city of Ojai and the Valley. So it's important to me. Like I said, just knowing how positive this has been for my little granddaughter and watching her flourish. And the coaches here are amazing. And when I did speak with Mr. Davis, and he said they were selling things that they shouldn't be doing that, and I said, well, I got to confess, I bought because I want to support the kids' sports. Yeah. So I'm in an investigation business. So you're a reporter. I was thinking of launching an investigation, talking to people at the district attorney's office about potential Brown Act violations by the city council. Mm-hmm. And again, I don't want to get into name calling. I don't want to make this a personality thing. I want to gather the facts and the evidence, and let's take a look at it and sit down and say, is this the best utilization? I'm just blown away that they want to tear down a wonderful program that's helped so many kids in this community. I just want answers from the city. I'm a tax-paying resident and a dad and a grandfather who's been involved in the athletics in the Valley for 50 years as an athlete, and then as a coach and a parent and a grandparent. So, and Susan Malkin, who you just spoke with, mm-hmm. Susan's husband Bob and I coached softball at Villanova Prep for a bunch of years together. We share the same heart. It's about developing athletes, but developing human beings. And that's what this program does. And that's why it's just it's so wrong what they're doing.
What I get from this program is watching my daughter. They help us raise our kids. These public programs and sports help us raise our kids to be leaders and to work together as a team. I watched these girls over the last couple of months really want to make room at the table for her to move up to the next level to join them. And they took their breaks to do that and would stay late to help her master some of these skills. And she has done that with the younger kids as well. And it really truly is a community where they're making, um, sorry, I'm going to get emotional. The older girls mentor and coach the little girls to help bring them up into their level. And it's just such a holistic program for them where they focus on them being good athletes and good academic students and um, good community members.
They really support each other and help each other grow, not just in their sport, but, as young girls, women.
Like these girls are going to be the leaders of our community. And every time we take away youth programs, we are taking away programs that help our children be healthy holistically, both physically, mentally, and emotionally. And it helps them to connect with the community that they live in and the wider community connect with them. And if you take it away, you're taking away community support.
And what about the process that the city has gone through in coming up with the plan that they have presented? How do you feel about that in terms of all the things you said, that this is community and you're a resident here?
Well, I don't really feel that good because if they take away our supplies or how short we do it and days we do it, it will prevent us from getting better. And this gymnastics has really helped me develop skills that I wouldn't be able to if I wasn't here. Like, I skipped kindergarten, so I don't have the best socializing, but this gymnastics helped me out a lot in that.
Thank you. Thanks.